Hello everyone, welcome to BTech 360. In today's video, we will be talking about SVNIT Surat, that is Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology. Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology was initially established in 1961 by the name Sardar Vallabhbhai Regional Engineering College. It is a wide campus and has different academic programs under undergraduate, postgraduate and doctoral schemes. In today's video, we'll be talking about the engineering section of Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, and there we'll be talking about the placement statistics, salary data, recruiters who have visited the campus in the last few years, and the job role-wise performance of SVNIT Surat. But before we begin the video, I would like you to subscribe to the channel so that we can keep making such educational content for you. If we start with this video, the basic campus details will be discussed first. The establishment year of SVNIT Surat is 2002. This is actually the year when it was given the recognition of an NIT. As already discussed, that all the regional engineering colleges which were established during the time of 1960 to 1970 were given the recognition of an NIT by the year 2002 or 2003. And after the National Institute of Technology Act in 2007, all these NITs were considered as institutes of national importance. But the actual year in which it was established initially by the name Sardar Vallabhbhai Regional Engineering College, it was 1961. If I talk about the institute type, it is an INI, that is an institute of national importance, and you already know that any institute which is declared as an institute of national importance by the Act of Parliament is considered highly skilled for delivering highly skilled professionals for the development of education and development in the country. Next, if I talk about the campus size, it is 251 acres, quite a vast campus, and this is one remarkable thing I have noticed about all the regional engineering colleges which were developed initially, that all have a grand campus size. Next, if I talk about the NIRF ranking in the engineering section for the year 2025, it is 66th rank, or it stands on the 66th spot. If I compare this rank with the last year NIRF ranking of SVNIT Surat, in terms of engineering, it was 59th rank. 59th rank in 2024. You can clearly see the difference, 59th rank in 2024 and 66th rank in terms of engineering in 2025. Now, why does this difference exist? This difference deeply exists not because of the poor academic quality offered by SVNIT Surat, but because of the entrance of tough and difficult competitions in the NIRF ranking list. If I talk about the total number of students who are present in the UG 4-year program, it is 3,618, out of which 79% are male and 21% are female. If I discuss about the student density in the campus, the total number of students being 3618 and the campus size being 251 acres, low student density, and low student density definitely implies that students get to avail moderately spacious academic blocks, hostel, research spaces, etc. Next, if I talk about the total number of students who are from outside the state, it is 1766, that is roughly 49%. This declares, or this implies, that the campus holds a great national appeal, and as well as it possesses a national diversity, a good national diversity. If I talk about the students who are from outside the country, it is 125, a global approach, a better global approach. And if I talk about the total number of faculties who are available in the campus, it is 283. If I compare the number of faculties with the number of students who are available in the UG 4-year program, the student is to faculty ratio comes out to be 12:1. 12:1 clearly means that every one faculty gets to engage or interact with at least 12 students, which is a very good ratio for the maintenance of the stability of the institution, for maintaining the academic quality as well, and obviously for a great strong research supervision. So overall I feel that 12:1 student is to faculty ratio is a very decent, very handsome ratio for maintaining the quality of education in the campus. So this was all about the basic campus information of SVNIT Surat. Moving ahead, let us discuss about the placement statistics as per the NIRF data available, and this is for the last 3 years, 21 to 22, 22 to 23 and 23 to 24. We'll be talking about and we'll be comparing the performance of the college in terms of admissions, in terms of the total number of students who got graduated, in terms of total number of placements, etc. for these last 3 consecutive years. If I talk about the number of admissions in these individual years, the total number of admissions have rapidly increased from the last 2021 to the last 2023 to 24. You can clearly see that the number of admissions have increased, and along with the number of admissions, the total number of students who have graduated in all these individual years has also increased. The increase in the number of admissions as well as the increase in the number of the graduate students every year clearly implies that the quality of academic education is quite well. The retention, student retention is quite efficient, and the stability of the organization is wonderful. Next, if I talk about the number of students who got placed in these respective years, it is 568 for the first year, 656 for the second year, and 596 for the last year. Okay, so if I talk about the number of placements have been consistent. There has been a very slight or minute drop in the last year as compared to the second year. There was 656 in the second year and 596 in the third year. That significant drop may be because of this year where all the NITs saw a global fluctuation in the hiring because of the slowdown of the global marketing. Next, if I talk about the number of students who have opted for higher studies, it is 2 for the first year, 26 for the second year, and 35 for the last year. If I talk about the placement percentage is 79.89% for the first year, 86.09 for the second year, and 77.10 for the next year. There has been a drop in the placement percentage, and this drop can be clearly explained in terms of higher intake of the student in the last year and higher number of students or greater number of students choosing higher studies in the last year. If I talk about the median CTC values, it is 8.01 LPA for the first year, 9.5 for the next year, and 9.68 LPA for the last year. Overall, the median CTC values have been consistent over the years, which clearly implies a good offer for the students who are available in the SVNIT campus. Next, we will be discussing about the placement highlights as per the BTech 2024 to 25. Okay, we will be considering all the departments: electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics and communication, computer science engineering, and finally civil engineering. If I talk about the highest pay can be seen in the case of computer science engineering, where the highest salary that was obtained was 62 LPA and the lowest salary which was obtained was 7.45 LPA. Next, if I talk about the median salary, it is 15.19 LPA and the average salary value is 16.73 LPA. No wonders, computer science engineering is cosmopolitan and it is functioning very great in all the campus. Next, if I compare the another sector or the another branch which has performed quite efficiently, it is electronics and communication engineering, where the highest package has been 32 LPA and the lowest package has been a bit disappointing, that is 3.3 LPA. Talking about the median salary has been 12.37 LPA and the average salary was 13.35 LPA. Next, if I talk about the core engineering branches, so mechanical engineering has performed well in this, and afterwards if I see the one which has disappointed in the terms of core engineering is civil engineering, where the maximum or the highest package that was scored was 13 LPA and the lowest package that was scored was 4.5 LPA. The median and the average salaries being 7.5 LPA and 7.21 LPA respectively. So this was the highlight of the placement statistics of the year 2024 to 25. Considering and comparing all the branches: electrical, mechanical, electronics, computer science and civil engineering. Next, we will be discussing about the highest closing rank. Highest closing rank with comparison to all the departments and all the categories which are available over here. Remember, this is a filtered data based upon the data which was available for the outside home state students, category male and no disability. If I talk about BTech Computer Science and Engineering, the highest closing rank for this department was 8,130. For the Mathematics and Computing, the highest closing rank was 10,306 for the open category. For BTech Artificial Intelligence, it was 10,721 for the open category. For Electronics and Communication Engineering, it was 14,086 for the open category. For Electronics and VLSI Engineering, it was 15,467, and for Electrical Engineering, it was 19,406. So this was the closing rank data for the open category. Similarly, the closing rank data for the economically weaker section, OBC, NCL category, SC and ST categories have been mentioned in this table. You can take a screenshot of this for your future reference. Next, we'll be comparing the highest closing rank for the other branches as well. We'll be comparing the closing rank for the BTech Engineering Physics, which was 23,713 for the open category. For Mechanical Engineering in the open category section, it was 27,882. For Chemical Engineering, it was 36,111 for the open category. For Civil Engineering, it was 41,558. And for Industrial Chemistry, it was 45,676. So this was the highest closing rank for the open category section mentioned over here. Respectively, you can find the highest closing rank for the economically weaker section, OBC, non-creamy layer, SC and ST categories. Remember, for any unfiltered or entire data representation, you can visit our ebooks which are available on our websites. Next, we will be discussing about the performance of the recruiters or the recruiters who have visited SVNIT Surat in the last few years for the placement purpose. If I talk about the list is quite impressive and quite diverse. If I talk about the dominance, I can clearly see a dominance of tech companies over here. Tech companies like Google, IBM over here, Oracle, Intel, etc. Such tech companies have dominated the list. Other than the tech companies, I can also find the dominance of the core engineering companies. Core engineering companies, for example, Bosch, Philips, Cummins. Then we have Suzuki, Mercedes-Benz, General Electrics, etc. And other than this, you can also find finance and consulting companies also in the list. For example, MasterCard, Visa, then Wells Fargo. We also have Synopsys, JP Morgan, Tata Consultancy Services, Deloitte, etc. So you can clearly see the three major industries over here in the list. That is the tech giants. You can see the core engineering companies, especially the automobile related core engineering companies, and at last you can also find finance and consulting companies in this list. So overall, a very balanced and proportionate list where everything is being offered and the campus is making the students prepared for a diverse fight, for a diverse future. Next, if I compare the LinkedIn profiles of the alumni who have studied from SVNIT Surat, the total number of LinkedIn profiles which we could scroll through was 12,814, out of which the work life of few alumni have been compared. If I talk about Microsoft, 60 alumni have worked over here and currently 22 alumni are working over here. Next, if I talk about Deloitte, 161 alumni have worked over here and currently 68 alumni are working over here. If I talk about EY, 39 alumni have worked over here and 60 alumni are currently working over here. And if I talk about Qualcomm, 55 alumni have worked over here and 44 are currently persisting over there. If I talk about the retention percentage of the employees or the alumni in these respective companies, I can clearly say that for the case of Microsoft, it has somewhere been around 40%, roughly 40%, not exactly 40%. For the case of Deloitte, it has been slightly greater than 50%. For the case of EY, it has been again almost 45%. And for the case of Qualcomm, the data is very impressive. It is greater than obviously 60%. So overall, you can see that the retention percentage of the alumni in these respective companies is quite impressive. Next, if I compare this retention percentage or if I compare the work life of the alumni in different companies like Meta, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia and Google, I can again see different data on my screen. For the case of Meta, 11 alumni have worked over there and currently 4 alumni are working over here, which is less than 50%. For the case of Apple, 11 alumni have worked over there and 5 alumni are currently working over here, which is again less than 50%. For the case of Amazon, 174 alumni have worked over here and currently 68 are working over here. Next, for the case of Nvidia, 22 alumni have worked over here and 13 alumni are currently working over here, which is greater than 50%. And next, for Google, 105 alumni have worked over here and currently 25 alumni are working over here, which is again approximately 25% or less than 25%. So if we leave the case of Google, the retention percentage has been quite impressive in respect to other companies. Now we'll be talking about the locations of the alumni, that is, we'll be having a demographic breakdown with respect to the alumni who have studied from SVNIT Surat. So by the graph, you can clearly say that 90% of the alumni, that is 11,550 alumni are currently located in India. That is 10% of the alumni have settled globally or internationally. If I talk about the locations of the alumni, 6,007 alumni, that is 47%, a good percentage, is currently staying in Gujarat. This clearly explains the local preference, the regional preference, and obviously the home state preference by the localites of Gujarat, as well as for the other people. If I talk about some regional technical hubs like Ahmedabad, Surat, etc., have been clearly impressive for the outside state students. If I talk about Surat in Gujarat itself, 31% of the alumni have currently settled in Surat itself. Maharashtra 11% because of the proximity from Gujarat. Next, Bangalore 6%. Mumbai 6%. If I talk about United States, that is 523 alumni are there. For Canada, 217 alumni are there. Germany 93 alumni, United Kingdom 87, and again UAE 80 alumni over here. So this was about the demographic breakdown of the alumni who have studied from SVNIT. And at last, I hope all your doubts and queries regarding SVNIT, that is Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, Surat, are cleared by the end of this video. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video or if you are new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe to BTech 360. Thank you and have a nice day.